I needed a few days of quiet, and maybe I didn't need to go quite this far to find it, but there's nothing like the English countryside and time spent with family to remind you how good it feels to slow down. So come and spend the weekend with me and see why this felt like a much needed reset. Hello you guys, and welcome back to a new video. We are vlogging this week. I haven't done a vlog in a while, but this is going to be a fun one, I promise. Let me just catch you up with where my week has been. It's actually Thursday, so we're going to be doing a weekend vlog, but I'm actually flying to England tonight. My schedule got a little bit crazy because I actually had a work trip earlier this week and I got in last night. This was a very last minute work trip too. Like, we decided to go at the end of last week. It's not like I travel very often for this job. Like, I've gone on one other work trip in my nearly 3 years of working at my company. I was like, this is fabulous timing, guys. I'm working from home today. I definitely need to pack today. At some point I need to have lunch. At some point I need to go on a run. I was supposed to get up early to go on the run, but I was just so exhausted just from traveling yesterday and the knowledge that I also was traveling tonight. Like, I'm literally taking a red eye over to England. I'm gonna be so exhausted. Like, by the time I get to go and see my grandparents, I'm gonna be like dead asleep, but it is what it is. It's gonna be super fun, and I can't wait to take you guys along with me. So I need to get back to work right now, but we will check in again soon because I have to use any little break that I have today to pack because I don't even have like a lunch break. I have back-to-back meetings all day, and if any of them finish early, I'm gonna be packing. I have about 13 minutes before my next meeting, and then I'm in back-to-back meetings for the rest of the day. So I have 13 minutes to pack. I would consider myself to be a pretty efficient person, but I do tend to take on a little bit more than I should, and I was so overwhelmed by this point in the day, just trying to be productive at my work day and also getting ready to leave. I'm not really sure what I was thinking. I have just finished with work for the day, and I have like 2-ish hours before we need to head to the airport. So I am gonna go on a run because I told myself that I was gonna go for a run. I like half packed, like I feel like I have like all the clothes that I need laid out. So I'm hoping that I can run, come back, pack my bag, and then have some dinner and then head to the airport. It's definitely a lot more chaotic than I was envisioning. I probably would be better off if I wasn't going for a run, but I already missed one run this week, and I've said that I'm gonna do a marathon, and so I need to like lock in. I am actually so mind blown by the fact that I did a half Ironman earlier this year because I don't know how I trained for that. Like, genuinely, I struggled so much to get myself to run like 3 days a week, and I was like doing like double sessions for like months. But now it is time to really get a move on because I've only got like an hour and a half or so before we really need to leave. So, time to pack. Despite the fact that I travel quite a lot, I honestly hate flying on planes, and this flight was actually so bad and so bumpy. So if anybody has any tips on helping with flight anxiety, like I need to hear it. I always try to remind myself that like if I was on the ground, the plane wouldn't look bumpy. It would look like it's just business as usual, but that can only take me so far sometimes. At least there were really good views, especially on the way in. There's nothing like seeing London as you're coming into land. I'm like, oh, gorgeous every time. After a very long flight, we have made it over here to the UK. I actually met up with my parents at the airport. I don't remember what the last thing that I filmed was. Probably that, because I was so tired. And then we spent basically the entire day just trying to get up to Manchester. Yes, surprise, surprise. Sometimes people go to England and they don't go to London. It's actually so funny. Whenever I told like anybody that I was coming to the UK for the weekend, like literally everybody assumed that I was going to London, and I was like, no guys, I'm actually not doing that. I'm going up to Manchester. My mum's family lives just a little bit outside of Manchester, so We're here now and it's gonna be so lovely. I literally slept basically the entire drive today in the car. It's actually crazy how long it takes to drive from Manchester to London. Like, I feel like I'm so spoilt by in the US, you can go from like city to city pretty easily. Like, yes, there's traffic, but I feel like England just has it so much worse. It took us like probably over 5 hours. Like, it took me almost the same amount of time to fly from New York to London as it did for me to drive from London to Manchester, which is like, what? I wish I would have taken a video, but we had some good fish and chips for dinner. Obviously, classic. It's a Friday night, so you have to have fish and chips here. I'm also whispering because like I'm in my aunt's house. They're very kindly hosting us while we are here, and I have a very fun room to myself. I love the way my aunt has decorated this place. I got to see my cousins, my little baby cousins as well, who are just adorable. And yeah, I will check in with you guys in the morning. Like I said, hopefully we'll be going on a run. Other than that, it's probably going to be a pretty chill day. Being here always reminds me that rest doesn't need to be earned, and it's okay to just take a breather and a step back every once in a while, enjoy the fresh air, get outside, take it slow. Being away from the hustle and bustle of the city definitely brings out a different side of me. I was supposed to go on a bunch of runs while I was here, but honestly, it meant time away from my family, and that was kind of the whole point of this trip. So sitting around, not really doing anything except playing games together in the living room or having a drink in the evening, that refreshed me so much more than anything else I could have done while I was here. We are just about to head out. We're gonna go on a little walk up our like local hill here that like everyone goes up. I love the English countryside more than anything in the world. Like, it is the most like just magical place in my opinion. It's so fun to go walking here. So that's what we're gonna go do. We've just been hanging out with my grandparents all morning, which has been so nice. I stayed up so late last night. I think I went to bed at like 3:30 a.m. but that is kind of purposeful because I am trying to stay on like the American time zone while I'm here for the most part, just because it makes it so much easier when you go back, like, not to be jet lagged. And I find whenever you're just here for a weekend, it's like pretty easy to do that. And so since we're only here for a couple of days, that's what I'm at least trying to do. But yeah, just take a look at this view. This is just so perfect and English, and I know not everybody will find this fun, and like honestly, if I had to go out in this weather, I probably wouldn't love it, like, but because it's like I get to choose to go out and I can just hang out inside all day anyway, like right now this is the kind of weather that I love for that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna take you on the walk with me. Hopefully we don't get too wet because it is raining in addition to just being kind of gloomy. We are making our way up the hill. It's very treacherous. We went the wrong way. It was not supposed to be this treacherous. Okay, we have almost made it to the top. I've been up here whenever the view has been better, but this works. It's also so much busier than we were expecting. English people are not deterred by the rain the same way. It is looking a little bit spooky up here. In the moment, I did kind of feel like the weekend ended far too quickly, but at the same time, it was the perfect amount of time to just make me feel more refreshed and remind me that slowing down doesn't mean losing focus. It's actually just a new perspective. And you get to see so much more when you take a minute to just take it all in.